We get a lot of questions from customers with both new and established lawns looking for advice on how much to water their lawn. There's a lot of confusion about how much water a lawn needs, and customers often ask us how long they need to water their lawn for. So today we want to give you a few simple tips on how much to water your lawn and a few simple solutions to show you how to make sure that your lawn gets the right amount of water. The first tip when it comes to watering your lawn is knowing when to water. The Australian climate can change very quickly, so it's important to be able to spot the warning signs so you can intervene before it's too late. The first obvious sign your lawn needs some water is when it starts to yellow off. A less obvious sign is a thinning of the leaf. This is more noticeable with Sir Walter, which will thin out and almost look like couch grass. And speaking of couch grass, a less obvious sign it needs water is when the leaf takes on a silver sheen. So keep an eye out for these signs and you can avoid a bigger problem if your lawn dries out further. And now that we know when to water, we need to talk about how to water. We always recommend a soaker hose or a sprinkler that keeps the water low. This ensures you lose as little water as possible to the wind. And once you've chosen your preferred watering system, we can then talk about how much to water. The great thing about this tip is that it works with all different watering systems. Customers often ask us how long to water for, but with so many factors including local water pressure and the myriad of watering options, we simply cannot answer that. We can tell you how much to water, what we call it deep watering. And with our simple system, we can show you how you can then calculate how long to water for. We call a deep watering 25 millimeters, and we can calculate how long that takes with your sprinkler with a takeaway container, a ruler, a pen, and a stopwatch. Simply take the ruler and mark 25 millimeters, or 1 inch in the old measurements, on the side of the takeaway container with your pen. Then place the container under your sprinkler, turn on your tap and start your timer. Stop the timer when the water in the container reaches that 25 millimeter mark and make a note of the time it took. You now know how long to turn your sprinkler on for to give your lawn a deep watering. This 25 millimeters is also important when it rains. You can calculate exactly how much rain your lawn got by purchasing a rain gauge like this one we picked up at Bunnings. A common mistake we see is customers thinking they don't need to water because it rained. But if your lawn only received 10 millimeters from overnight rain, then you would still need to water to bring it up to the 25 millimeters your lawn needs. So don't rely on guesswork. Use these simple tips to ensure that your lawn really does get the deep watering it needs. A deep watering once a week can ensure you have a healthy lawn all year round. Check out the Jimboomba Turf website for more tips and advice from Brisbane's leading turf supplier for over 45 years. And don't forget to like and subscribe to see our latest videos. See you next time.